Let's get loud. That could easily have been the theme song for last night's brawl in Brooklyn. Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton shouting over each other at times. These two rivals seem to be sick and tired of each other. Their supporters getting rowdy too. But the candidates got downright combative. CNN senior Washington correspondent Jeff Zeleny, he is in New York. Jeff, it wasn't long ago that the candidates were declaring a truce, saying we're gonna get civil, enough of this back and forth. But clearly the gloves are off again.
No doubt about that, Jim. I mean, a close race is exactly what happened here. That is what's shifting the tone. From guns and trade, financial reform to foreign policy, those disagreements between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders came through loud and clear. But as you said, mainly loud. It was the most contentious debate yet, as time is running short in their primary fight. A day after the contentious Democratic debate, Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton went their separate ways. Sanders flying to Rome for a Vatican conference on economic and social justice. There was no meeting with Pope Francis, but a chance for Sanders to speak on the world stage.
We must reject the foundations of this contemporary economy as immoral and unsustainable.
For Clinton, a quick visit to Harlem.
And I now know where to come when I want a good game of dominoes.
Before heading to Hollywood for a weekend of star-studded fundraising with George Clooney. But tonight, deep divisions are hanging over the Democratic race after their brawl in Brooklyn.
I am sure a lot of people are very surprised to learn that you supported raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour.
You know, wait a minute.
That's just not accurate.
I have stood on the debate stage with Senator Sanders.
Their voices rising, CNN's Wolf Blitzer had to play referee.
If you're both screaming at each other, the viewers won't be able to hear either of you.
A fierce fight over a $15 minimum wage to a sarcastic clash over the influence of big banks.
When millions of people lost their jobs and their homes and their life savings, the obvious response to that is that you got a bunch of fraudulent operators and that they have got to be broken up.
It may be inconvenient, but it's always important to get the facts straight. I stood up against the behaviors of the banks when I was a senator. I called them out on their mortgage behavior.
Oh, my goodness. They must have been really crushed by this. And was that before or after you received huge sums of money by giving speaking engagements behind them?
On the debate stage, Clinton expressing regret for the 1994 crime bill her husband signed into law.
My husband has apologized. He was the president who actually signed it. I'm sorry for the consequences that were unintended and that have had a very unfortunate impact on people's lives.
After the debate, we asked Sanders, who actually voted for the bill, whether he had any regrets.
In retrospect, it was a vote that led to a lot of awful things. They were good. But here's the difficulty. You can't say in retrospect. If I had voted the other way, I'd have Secretary Clinton say, Bernie Sanders, you had an opportunity to vote against to ban assault weapons. You didn't do that.
From start to finish, the tone was unmistakably sharper from early on in the race, when Sanders came to Clinton's aid.
That the American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.
But boy, Jim, that moment there, that moment of collegiality almost seems like from another campaign entirely. And in a sense, it actually is. Such a defining moment here. The next fight, the New York primary, in just 4 days' time. Jim?
No question, members of the GOP enjoying watching this. Jeff Zeleny in New York from